Hello, good evening, and welcome to American Truck Simulator going down under. We are in Australia with a new truck. I kind of wish that I wouldn't be so picky, and I wish that I kind of didn't know what I want, or I don't know. You should be careful what you wish for, but in this case, I've been on it really to try to find mods with right hand steering, right hand drive, and man, that is not an easy. I don't know where to look further, so I brought home at least, I would say, 7 mods, and this one was right hand drive, and I checked what people are riding, and among others, because I bought RTA's K200, and that one was left hand drive, and all they can say is basically we're not going to bother. It's the features removed from American Truck Simulator, so we don't care. Basically, that's what they say. Regardless, the fact that there are at least 2 trucks that actually has right-hand steering, and it works. If you want, you can do it. That's what I mean. So that makes me a little bit upset with RTA and a few others that they just don't give a crap about that. And regardless, they also have those products for ATS, and those are partially right-hand drive. So they have the model. They do have the model. They're just not, releasing it because ATS doesn't support it, so to speak. Yes, you will not be able to look out over your shoulder, when you're backing up. But that's the only feature that basically disappears. Otherwise, it's not an issue. So yeah, I decided to ditch all the mods that I've been working on and try to, find a way to work around the issue. And another issue, the engines, because most of these have very limited engines and not so good ones. And if they are locked, you can't access them. It's going to be way harder to figure out what the name is, what you should write on the engines that you're trying to use for these. If you get favorites one, but you need to know the name of the truck inside of the file, and some of them easy to figure out. There are a few clues. Among their Z-mods has a full list of many, but not this one. Same thing here. I don't remember where this is coming from, but this is not a legit one. I might buy it if no, I don't know. Maybe. Depends. I'm kind of upset that I put money on something that was supposed to work but didn't. And with that I mean the K200. I watched a review. It was an old one, and when I watched it I didn't know that they actually stopped with the feature of right hand drive in ATS. So I would think that, oh, alright, so that one counts with 2, just like 2 sides, 2 models, just like the Kishida Walker's Mac Superliner. But nope, it didn't. So no cab over. I was really hoping for it. I mean, I could, but it bugs the crap out of me. Like, it's supposed to be a right-hand drive here. I can't help it. It just bugs me. But yeah, at some point maybe I will put a few in and just have a little fun with it. But right now I'm so yeah, it took a lot of effort to not accomplish anything at all, basically, except for this truck. So I'm happy with that. One more thing I found is improved version of the setup of the trailers. However, one is missing something that the other doesn't, and the other way around. So I kind of have to combine these and make, yeah, I don't know. There are a few dots that just disappears when I use both of them. And if I don't, I basically can't have any lights and bumpers in the back on the other one. So it's just, yeah, so I basically had to make something different. Now, we are actually using the drop neck here, so that's something interesting, I believe, because these obviously can take, or apparently they can take some loads that they are, I mean, it's presented as you could take it, but then you would not see it on the drop neck. But if you have the regular flatbed, then you would see the load. In this case, it's different. This load only goes with the drop neck, this load combination, and then you also get these, of course. So this is pretty freaking cool. So I decided I made one with drop neck and one without. Tjenare Leon. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do. But it's gonna be short stream. I need to like, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit more than an hour, but I wanted to stream today, but time flies when you're not having fun. When you're having fun as well, but it just flies. So yeah, apologies for the bad engine sound, whatever, it's not my fault, but it makes me a little bit, I don't feel content. Yeah, it's supposed to be one of the Cummins engines. I think this one just comes with that. So I fiddled around with an M11 Cummins that has pretty good sound to it. But though I can just use them for the ones that has an open file where I can find out what the name of the truck is, and I could apply that to you know, put it in the list for the engine, and then it would pick up on that and apply it. So I managed to do that with the 909, the T909, which by the way is an Australian version, and it was still freaking left hand drive. Man, that bugs me so much. So yeah, but this basically looks the same, but it has a different driver's cab. I'm personally not a fan of these. It basically looks like a car to me, so I never liked these updates, which are more you know, fuel efficient and whatnot and more modern, but I'm not a fan of that. In that case, I would rather basically drive a fully modernized truck, like a purely modern truck. So, but yeah, I mean, it has a lot of cool features, cool things you can add. So, you know, at some point maybe I figure out to put a Z-mod engine in this one, and it's of course going to have the Detroit diesel, and then it's going to be awesome, and I'm not going to care about the leaning windshield anymore, I don't think, and the very boring mirrors. Once again, not a fan, but it is what it is. I like the layout of the dash though. I like it. I think we're gonna fast forward a bit have better light, because it's not gonna, you know, hang on. What's the time, by the way? We're gonna come late, it doesn't matter. 6:29. Yeah, let's put in 7. It's just half an hour. Yeah, it's brighter already. Alright. Somewhat brighter. That was the rev protection or whatever. It just stops. Hey there, Shelby. Welcome to the stream. I've been hunting entire day for a right-hand drive freaking alternative to the Mac. Not really that I need one. I was looking for a cab over. That was the intention. And among 7, maybe 8 mods, this was the only one that had right-hand side. And all of them were like Australian Kenworths, and yeah, all of them. K200 from RTA, I got that eventually. And man, it was a disappointment. It was such a disappointment. So RTA are, as it appears, not very generous with options on their stuff, and they are not so generous about helping out either, as it seems. So I actually regret that buy. However, I'm not gonna return it, even if I could. I don't think I can, but even if I could, I will not. I will use the mod because the mod is better. It has way more options. It has way more capabilities with other stuff. And but yeah, that one was left-hand drive as well. And I saw a comment in the section about people asking for the right-hand drive, and they just basically brushed it off like, it's no support in ATS anymore. Well, I don't know what this is, and I don't know what the Mac is, but it really looks like a striking resemblance to right-hand drive, if you ask me. So yeah, I would not recommend RTA for anyone who's interested in this. If they are just okay with, you know, I'm not a fan of too many options when I do my configurations and customization, but this was worse than SCS. You know, the different frame setups. I don't know. Sleepers were okay. But I checked around with rip-offs of their mods that supposedly would be basically the same, and it seems like it's not a lot of choice and not a lot of engines, bad engines. Yeah, so they don't really care about what they do. They're just selling. Yeah, well, so I'm a little bit, you know, I wasted a lot of time to figure out a way to work around the engine issue and to find, you know, a decent right-hand drive. I could go left-hand, but it's like a it's like a splinter under your fingernail, basically. That's, for me, that's how it feels. Like this constant annoying feeling of what the heck am I doing driving a left-hand drive Australian truck. I can answer if you're the one calling, Leon, and I'm under stream, so I'm not gonna answer that. I'm sorry. I won't tab out. Apologize, but that's what it is. Alright, so Yeah, this is the 610. Oh boy, this is the T610 610 by SW something. As usual, it's three freaking letters, and I can never remember it because they all have three different letters. And if you're not, you know, if it's a new mod for me, I just can't memorize it that fast. I need to repeat it and talk about it a lot, like RTA, how much I dislike their attitude about their product, their own product, or would I say their buyers. So I don't really use if it's you trying to write, Fredrik, I don't get any pop-ups. I'm not using Steam communication at all. I'm sorry. I use Discord only. So that's why I can't really know. I can hear the sounds. I'm gonna disable it, but I had, you know, oh shit, we missed it. All right, recently reinstalled the. No, we didn't miss anything. It was a good mistake because it tried to get us to turn right when we should keep going straight. Just to take the hard road, narrow one. Yeah. Anyway. And like I said, I'm gonna keep the K200 regardless, but I am going to use the mod on the American map because the mod is way better and it's updated 1.50. So that's how I'm gonna do it. I paid, they're gonna keep the money, but I'm gonna use the mod, and I feel entitled to right now because, man, I'm upset. And they do have the right hand drive model, as they do it, making it for ATS as well. They only have to implement it into the product. It's that simple. And yes, like I said, you were not going to be able to watch over your shoulder out the window, but I can live with that. It's just because it's not supported in ATS doesn't mean it doesn't work. And this must be one of the most boring engines. That still sounds like an engine. I'm sorry for ranting this much. I've been doing this the entire day. And I had crappy sleep yesterday, so I'm just, I don't know. I kind of wish that I had lower standards and would not give a crap, just enjoy my driving, you know. Kind of wish it was that easy for me, but it isn't. It's like I said, it's kind of a, oh jeez. Dromedary, the camel scared the crap out of me. But it's a beautiful truck. I mean, overall, it's a beautiful beast. Really cool features with the stacks. You can have them if you want right outside your window, just like usual. But you can also move them backwards and have them behind the sleeper, which is pretty cool. Bam, there we go. Trying out the new bull bar. It works. Yeah. What else? I love the fuel tanks. I love the Australian fuel tanks. I'm a sucker for them. They are like so freaking cool. How they, you know, they are like huge and long. I really think it looks good on the truck. It kind of looks like it's filling out all the empty, you know, spaces around the frame. You're really like framing it, framing the frame. Snugged in. Yeah, so I don't know what happened. At some point I did make a T909, which I think is basically a T908, but this was a 909 from RTA, and a copy, of course. I don't think I'm gonna keep supporting them. And that one, it worked for a while, and all of a sudden, I don't know if I added something more, but I had to basically remove all the mods to be able to, because the game started crashing. So I don't know what it was. It worked before, I was driving it, it was really cool, the 909, but left-hand drive, of course, but regardless, it was really cool. I love that truck, and I would love to find a right-hand drive one, and I would use it a lot in this. So would I with a K200, and that was the initial thought and plan, is to have a cab over pulling road trains too. And yeah, at some point I might just do that anyway, even if I'm not gonna like it 100%. I'm so not used to having the GPS on the dash. I'm looking for it around the windshield constantly, and I'm like, where is it? Where is it? It's down there. Let's see. Hey there, Perkins. Is this logging simulator? Sorry, a logging simulator? I don't get that. It is American Truck Simulator, but with a mod map expansion, standalone, basically. So you kind of not connected to the base map of the game. It's total like a world down under. So you have to make up a profile basically, and you can only drive it in Australia then. But on the other profiles you can keep it driving USA. I think I'm gonna look for different bug shield. Well, if it's of course probably because light comes from behind, so it lights it up. Might be okay after a while, just at this present moment. However, the stone guard doesn't do the same thing. It would be like super bright right now on the Mac, like you would not see anything behind it basically. It's also thicker, the mesh, than this is. This is like, you know, more thin. So it's easier to look through it anyway, even if it would do that. I think maybe not. If I look to the left I can see it's pretty bright, but this is how it should look. So they kind of messed up the stone guard on the Mac Superliner, but I would love to go outside. I'm gonna do that at some point, like exterior shots, but I am not in a good shape, so I kind of need to concentrate constantly right now. Bad sleep, a lot of crap today to go through. I was really not in the mood for, and I wanted to stream though, but everything took so darn long time, so it's gonna be a short one. I kind of feel that I should learn this, how to make trucks and how to alter the files correctly. I know some of it, but I'm starting to think that I need to start modeling, because yeah, I mean, if no one can help you out, maybe you can do it yourself, basically. I don't know how many mods I tried with the K200 just to find the right hand drive, and they all were like left hand. Funnily enough, the ATS version worked in this as well, but it was still left hand drive, and you had no option of. I was thinking maybe that one is, you know, you can put, but yeah, it's like they say, ATS doesn't have. Oh shoot! All right. Ah man. ATS doesn't support it, and they kind of just leave it at that. Yeah, the bug with the extra lights. I think it's when you're blinking. Hang on. Left. Yeah, when you're blinking left, they all blink together. Like, oh boy. See, I'm a mess. All right. I need to watch the GPS more frequently, but I didn't. Was not too bad though. I mean, we did get a clean entry after a while when I sorted it out. But this one I'm definitely going to try to put other engines. I don't know what they are afraid of. It's almost like they don't let you do it. No, 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 no. It's just supposed to be my engines in it. No other engines are allowed. No, 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 no. It's like, I don't know. It feels like it. Like they do that on purpose. And I don't know why. I'm not even available for Z-Mods engines, and that makes me sad. So I need to find a workaround for that. Oh, that's a big rock right there. Alright. Beautiful truck, though. I really love the layout. I love the... yeah, it seems like this... I mean, the fender, I don't know. This is probably not for this truck originally. I'm thinking it might be for the 908 or 909 for some reason. I don't know why, but I really love the sleeper, the classic sleeper. So two different sleepers for this one, maybe three, a flat top as well might be, but then we have, yeah, so there might be four different sleepers actually. This is my favorite because this is a classic, the, what is it, like Aerocab 1 or whatever. Yes, I would like to leave my load now, please. Oh, and not allowing me to do that. I don't know why. And it's not much I can do about it, except for maybe backing up a bit and see if it helps. No, I need to leave the area and... Alright, let's try to do that. Let's struggle, because apparently that's something I choose to do. Maybe I should stop doing stuff like that. Also, I love the black on the hood. It's really cool. Alright, I'm going to try to just... Thank you. Great. yeah, so sorry for not answering a question, Fredrik. I have a little bit of problem to organize my focus. All right, what do we have here? Wasn't this what we just hauled? I think it is. Mixed load. I wonder how that would look. So we might take on the load and then just leave it, because so yeah, the mixed load was going to Kuladi and this one's going down to Cooper Opals. We've been to Kuladi yesterday, so it feels, what's this? Lost tipper. Interesting. I kind of need to find out what loads goes on this, because some of them don't. Like this. Lumber. So here it says lumber. Since I put down one more mod for this, it's basically the same setup, but the older that I had more different type of setups, like quads and triples and whatnot, and the new one had fewer, but that one had more options when you would, you know, customize your trailer set. And it seems like that one also refers to lumber as lumber, not as timber. So that's good. So I'm curious now. I don't think this is gonna show on the, but it might, because it's a different picture. See, it used to be a different one. So, but I don't want to go back to Charleville right now. So that's gonna be for another time. And this one goes. Yeah, let's try this one. If it's interesting, we do it. If not, we just cancel it, right? Let's see what it is. Lost tipper. I don't know what that is. Never heard of it. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. So yeah, now we would have two empty trailers. Of course, they would not fit there, so. All right. Let's do this. This is interesting. Never seen anything like it. So many cool loads, actually. All right, let's get going. Let's get going. All right. Truck doesn't support ultra wide. Was very obvious. Maybe that's the case with the other ones. I never seen the Mac do that though. Maybe didn't pay attention. Man, this is so cool. Oh, come. It's okay. Don't be shy. It felt like he wanted to go to the left. Just by the road, not on the road. See, now it's transparent, the bug shield, so this is how it's supposed to look. I think it catches a little bit too much light, basically. From behind, like that. So I'm just saying, yes, I could probably do it. I could probably build trucks on my own, or make it the way I like it, or feels most realistic. But man, I would need a lot of time for that, like a lot of time off, and simply just doing that. And I don't think there's, I mean, that kind of money in it, and also all the, you know, then I have to be on that team entirely, like worrying about people ripping off my model or whatever, you know. I don't know if I want to do that, but for my own sake, I would, but it would just swallow me basically. Like, it's a big black hole. I would go on for hours and hours and hours and make it happen. I did that once. I actually made cars for Need for Speed. It was an old game. Nevertheless, I did some cool models. I did old Volvo cars, old BMWs, E28s, Opel Commodore, Coupe from '77. What else did I do? I also did a lot of fictional cars. And man, if I would show you that and put a year on it, they look like the new Lamborghinis, basically. You know, I knew they don't have to be new. They have been around with that shape for a while now, but it's kind of funny how this was when Diablo was pretty fresh, when I did that shape, those shapes. And I did one with a glass roof as well. I remember that one. It's just, it was like no frame basically. Yeah, it was a thin frame, but very thin. Just to, you know, have some stability with the glass and everything. But that one was pretty cool. And I gave them names to like models. All right, let's see if we're not overshooting here. Yeah, good thing. We're gonna turn on the next one. Let's pay attention, Dave. Let's pay attention. There's like no jailbreak, it's like a whisper. Jesus Christ. Oh Lord. Man. It's like driving an electric truck. Almost. Not really. That's not true. But I like to exaggerate it sometimes. Just to show my disappointment. Just kidding. Man, but I love the model. It's freaking cool. Probably because it reminds me of the 909. And it has a little bit of, I don't know, T800 in it because of the hood, but it's not as cool as the T800. T800, I just realized that that's probably one of my favorite Kenworth trucks by model. I love the whole front so much. I think it's freaking cool with those big bumpers and how they change angle just after, you know, the grill front and by the lights it's basically going backwards. And that's so cool. Can do a lot of cool stuff with that, with bull bars and whatnot. And I downloaded one. Of course, it's a left-hand drive, so when we are going back to United States of America in this game, there's gonna be a lot of trucks I'm gonna be driving. Let's just hope that I will have energy enough to do so, because I'm working, so it's limited. I don't know what's going on with the sound. It seems like the you know, overall sound from the cab and from the wheels is kind of, it's a lot. I checked the settings before because I heard this and I was like, what's happening? Nothing has changed. It's the same. It's just this truck making a lot of noise from outside. I don't know. It's kind of a weird reverb effect. Here we go. Right, that was not it, so let's do this instead. Oh, I can't go that low on this. No, the camera doesn't go as far, you know, close to the ground as it does with the Mac. So the Mac is... Alright, let's see where we're going here, because rocks. But yeah, the fact that this is a right-hand drive just saves the day, because at least I found one, you know, how you say, like, one more than the Max, so I have one more to actually switch back and forth with, even though it's a conventional hood truck, not a cab over. But anyway, I didn't expect to find any at all. And now I know it's doable, and it's basically just lazy crap that they say it's not, no, they don't support it. Me. No, they don't, but you can't do it. It's doable. I would not give up if I knew that, man. If I see other mod makers making this, I wouldn't want to be worse. And that's what I've been saying. I would put just too darn much time for it to be, you know, a lucrative thing to do, like a business. I would put in way more hours than I would get paid. Way more hours. But it would be more for fun and for being passionate about it, I guess.
You have reached your destination.
And so many more details nowadays, so comparing it this with Need for Speed back then, it was like, no, it's way more. I didn't have to, you know, worry about the interior. It was just outside. You weren't sitting in the car, and if you were, it was a bumper cam, I think, so it was not really, or a hood cam, I guess. Yeah, you would see the hood maybe. So I guess this would take a whole lot more time. However, there are plenty of good applications and programs you can work with to make it easier on you. So what is this? New Holland tractors. All right. Oh, they still have the timber. Okay, so it's maybe mixed with the, yeah, it's probably mixed between the loads. So I would see both mods, what loads they have. So this is, it says timber, and when you load it, it's lumber, and it doesn't go with the drop neck. So you would just have load on the small ones, on the flatbeds. Alright, empty pallets. And what is this though? Yeah, I think I tried this. Hang on, I'm trying to remember what happened. It didn't work. The tractors weren't there. But I don't, yeah. So yeah, this is one of them loads that when you need a flatbed, even though the picture says, obviously you can see the tractor sitting on the one with the ramp, and that one really looks like a, to me, like a drop neck. Hello Fallon, hello Noah, how are you? Welcome to the stream. It's a short one. So yeah, what more do we have? Header. 32 tons, okay. This is interesting. Empty pallets, 0 ton, really? I don't think so. New Holland tractors, small. Yalamura. What's the time? 21. Yeah, I have 30 minutes. So yeah, maybe that could work. I don't know. We could also change setup. Actually, I mean, here's the one cat grader, but we started off with that one, so I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna try to take this and see. Even though I don't know, I'm gonna drive it all the way, but let's see if it looks cool, or we just cancel it if it doesn't look cool. And with that I mean if just it's like, all right, cool, except for one thing. No, I'm not gonna take. Yes, I'm that sensitive to stuff like this. Yeah, so I guess sadly these won't go. Wouldn't it be nice if you could just remove these sides if you were gonna get loads that are bigger, wider? All right, whatever. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I was talking about it earlier twice in the stream, Noah. It was a big freaking disappointment. I bought it, I got it finally, but it was worse than the mod actually in a lot of ways. So missing a lot of customization and a lot of different configurations on the frame. They're just freaking cheap and they're asking a lot of money for that. And on top of that, they have a bad attitude towards the customers. So I don't like that either. With that, I mean people were asking for the right hand drive, not only me. So it's an old subject, and they basically just brushing it off with ATS doesn't support that. So and we're not gonna. I don't know the exact phraseology he used, but it was not nice. It was like, you're not important to me. Go fuck yourself, basically. Go somewhere. You bothering me. I'm not gonna do it like that. It's like, I don't know. Maybe he had a bad day, whatever. But it was writing, so you can wait if you're in a bad mood. You don't have to be like that. But yeah, it's they don't give a crap, obviously, about it, and it's doable. As you can see, I have another one that is right-hand driving. Yes, you're not able to look over your shoulder, but I think we all can live with that if we at least can drive frickin' right-hand drive in Australia, what you're supposed to do, right? And it's sad that they removed that feature. I don't know why they did that, but because in that case they would not, could not use it as an excuse like that. But yes, well, so what I didn't, complain to them. I did not do that. I don't think it will help, for one, and I will not try to get my refund. I will keep the mod, and I will keep their mod, and I will use a ripoff basically in American Truck Simulator, because that one has way better configurations and more options and more compatibility with Sizzle and everything. So I don't know. They kind of sitting on a high horse because there are plenty of mods way better than that, and I think that they are just not making an effort. Anyway, and how I know the rest of the products are equal is, so I made a little research and I also downloaded a few mods that are supposed to be equal to the product, and it's not much. Some of them has okay, but there are also ones that don't have, if you look at how much you pay for the product, that's what I'm looking at here. So, and yeah, the fact that you have so little to choose from with the engines, and you can't, it's not just, put in other engines or try to make an engine relate to that truck, because that's basically it's a very simple thing to do, and I done that with many of trucks. But I don't know the name of these, and the names I know doesn't work. So it might be that it doesn't even allow it for you to put engines in it, and that is freaking petty, you know, making a product that doesn't allow you to put other engines in it. Or if I'm not, you know, if I'm not educated enough, please let me know if you know something I don't. But I'm not gonna ask the money back. I'm not gonna do that because I don't know. I'm not gonna do that. Not this time. I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna abandon this job. And yeah, too much struggle for too little outcome or result. That's what my day has been about, and lack of sleep too. So I haven't been very happy. Let's get out the other trailer. Or you guys want curtain trailers, drop necks? Let me know. Maybe not everyone is as into seeing the load as I am, you know. And they are cool too. They have pretty lights. Pretty lights. Trailer manager. So we got these, of course. Toll. For instance, would look a little something like this. And we do have got the tank triple as well. We got a quad as well, but these are really difficult for me with my standards to make. Like I said before, every time you make a little slight change to the configuration, when you're trying to copy the configuration basically, but you're going to change it a little bit, all the lights that you placed out, because you need to place out lights, that's going to be just too few lights on it from start. And I'm not talking about Christmas tree, I'm talking about decent amount of lights so you actually can see them in the dark behind you. You know, when you're taking turns and such, so see where they are at. So it's useful. But yeah, they would disappear and you have to start over basically. And same with the wheels. Some of the wheels can disappear and you have to make it over. So that's why I haven't done one of these yet in quad. I will with someday maybe, but not now. This one would look a little something like this. Pretty freaking awesome if you ask me. Goes well with this truck. The green one would too, but that one is a dirty one. So dirty wheels, more, you know, like not so much, not a clean one like the truck is. I just did the truck drop neck. Oh, you mean the curtain one, right? With the tarp on it, or not tarp? What is it? The one that says toll. I have another one too. I have this one as well. But you were talking about this, right? These Garden Grove supplies, or should we go with toll? Toll. I think toll was pretty cool. Toll. Which one was that? This one was. All right. I think this is what you meant. So since you said triple, and yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it then. Let's get this one out and do a last one before I need to go. I'm sorry, but I have work tomorrow and early. There we go. Hopefully we got something from here. Let's see if we do. Cargo market. Mayfield Station, I guess. Tires back to Charleville. We better go to Cooladi then, or... Hey, can we have a shorter one, please? I don't have that much time. Darn it. I just feel it would be boring to go to. All right, let's go to Coolati, I guess. We had a better one to there, right? Sawdust panels. Yeah. I really don't like this when I don't have enough time to do this, but I really wanted to stream today, so I was like, okay, should I start? Should I not? I have like 1.5, 2 hours basically, tops. All right, let's see where the where's the. Oop, it's here. All right. How we got our stuff. Oh boy, not good, not good. Houston, we got a problem. Jesus Christ. Is that better? It is. Where is it? All right. What's going on with the wipers? All right. Gotta go, Mikey. Gotta go. Coolity. Let's take that job and go. Can I have it? Can I load it? Thank you. All right. Let's see. You barely fit. Would I have a quad? It would be definitely spawning into the tree there. What's going on? The wipers are going crazy. Keep clicking it. All right. Cool. These work, but they also do this in the left turns. So it's a little bit. It's a bug with one of the Mac lights that's on this. One of the white ones for the Mac R, I believe. That one is for the Mac R, so it's from the Steam Workshop, that one, and it's probably not updated. Hasn't been updated forever. Alright, let's see where we need to go. Yeah, we're just gonna turn left and out and just straight down to Cooladi, my favorite place on the map. Alright, we don't have any cool camera angles here, so we will have to come up with our own. Alright, I need to be, hang on. Are we, yeah, this is right. Yeah, so I actually managed to put in an engine just by configuring one out of the E9 Mac engine, and I just removed all of that and replaced it. Basically, I had a folder replace it with M11 Cummins, and just remove all the trucks that I was related to, and put in new ones. And I actually made it for the 909. So that one actually I could use it, and it's a 700 horsepower, I think, 720 maybe, something like that. And it sounds pretty good for being just a regular. I don't know what's regular anymore, but it's among the better engines, so to speak. It sounds good. The jake brake is okay. I can really enjoy the sound of it while I'm driving, on every frequency basically. So maybe not the rev ones. I could rev it pretty because it was so I didn't have a load on and short between the gears, and it would rev a lot, but that would not be a problem when you have pulling a road train. So that's okay. Anyway, but sadly that one started bugging out for some reason. I don't know if that was not the only one actually, so something happened, and I don't know which mod made the game to crash constantly, because it basically didn't matter which truck I was trying to access, it was different every time and it would crash the game. So I just removed all of the non-right-hand drive ones, and yeah, now it works. I might try with one. I really want to drive the K200, and I really want to drive the 909, the T909 in this. And even if they're gonna be like left-hand drive, I'm probably gonna drive them at some point. I don't have a choice. And it's still a cool truck. Just a different way, or a different approach. And I find myself try to, drive around a little bit, and I'm actually making a lot worse. So I don't know how that is possible, but I'm more close to the middle, sitting on the left side for some reason. It would be easier because you would see the edge of the road and you would just follow it easier than from here. I won't think that's the case, but it was not for me. I actually managed to a couple of cars had to brake for me because I was too close to the midline. And all right, let's go. Ah! Yeah, that was kind of funny. Man, the engine is so lame. Freaking Swift truck. I don't know. I'm thinking of a Cascadia or something. Definitely not a Aussie truck. The turbo sounds pretty good in this one, I think. See, man, sorry about that. But I think oh, maybe not. Okay, this is different from the. This is definitely different from the Mack truck. I just realized it right now that I need to have the middle of the of the hood. I need to have it on the other side, like on the edge of the road. So not on this side, like the Mack truck. That's why they keep braking. On the other hand, I got a beautiful view of the mid-line marker lines, so I could just change my approach, how I'm doing it. Will the AI in this ever be pulling road trains? I wouldn't be too surprised if that might happen at some point, but I think SCS needs to change some of the codes because, allowing AIs, it seems to be a hard thing to do, because I think if it would be easy, they would have already done it. Not only on this map, but Project Australia. So I was looking into that as well. I was looking for doubles, like Australian doubles, if they would show up, and at least if you could take them as random loads like that, because you can do that in ETS. They are like the Equerry trailer set, which has a drawbar, so it's not just your average type of trailer, but it's probably configured like one. That's why it's available for you could just pick it up somewhere and drive your load. And I think doubles, man, I mean, yes, You know the cogwheel when you configure your setup when you're picking up a trailer set. That's when it's supposed to be, you know, allowed. So I don't know why he picked just the short doubles everywhere when he could have picked, you know, the Rocky Mountain double or what have we? Turnpike. There are a few that he could have, you know, allowed it as like a state, allowing it, or just remove the regulations altogether because there are mods out there like that. But then, you know, in AI traffic, maybe it is possible. It's just hard to control it because they're gonna have a different, you know, they need a different approach to every turn, and especially in the intersections, and they don't know how to do that, so they need to program the AIs, and I think that's when it starts to be really complicated, complex. So I think that is the reason. I think he could have just easily replaced the traffic, but it would be a lot of problems with that. So no, I'm just playing with the thought. I actually don't know. I don't know anything. I'm just using my common knowledge and my imagination for what might be, what might not be, and why. Maybe a little bit more interesting angle showing. Oh, Jesus Christ. What now? Hang on. There we go. 109. Or 110. Cool. We overspeeding. Cool, he says. And I love to meet these trucks. So he changed the trucks themselves. So, you know, in the beginning it was just regular Peterbilts, regular American Kenworths, and now you see like these giant bull bars coming on the other side, and K200s, and you know, we just met a Mack Superliner without a bull bar, but still. So he changed the currents, and I believe he changed the cars as well. So he replaced them. So yes, I am hoping that he will replace the trailers as well. I added, you know, like all I could do is add, you know, like Australian marks, all Australian names, Australian trailers, but not the configuration. Look at this K200. So it's a little bit more exciting now. It is to meet other different trucks, more relevant trucks. I wonder if they have the steering wheel on the right side. And obviously this is the right side, not the wrong one. It's the right side because it's on the right. the rest of the world, except for Japan and maybe some parts of Asia and Great Britain, are probably wrong. I think in Africa too, you have left-hand traffic. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wow, shoot. Good thing we didn't have oncoming traffic. Oh boy, alright. Let's do it this way instead. It's not easy. It's not easy. Way easier to be sitting in here. And still wiggly, because I have my setting and that is kind of unstable. Not too unstable, but you'd have to work it a little bit. And I just did that on purpose, so I would have more immersive feel, even though it's not. Probably it would be a truck in very bad shape with the front suspension and steering, very unstable, but I like it that way since it gives me a little bit more to deal with and it keeps me busy. Feels like you're doing something, like you're constantly doing something, instead of just holding the wheel and it just goes straight on like it probably would. But I'm not sure. Like I said, I never tried a road train in real life, so it is possible if you just do a little bit too much. I've heard stuff like that. It's very little movements. If you start to do a little bit too much, it's going to multiply. Let's say you have a quad, it's going to multiply for each trailer, and when it reaches the back, it's going to be like a whip, basically. Monaro? I think that's a Monaro. Maybe not. Maybe it's the wrong name I'm thinking of. They have Commodore, they have Monaro, I don't know which one it might be, but it's one of them cool ones anyway. I think it had 4 doors, so it might be called Commodore, I don't know, maybe that's an older version. I don't know much about politics and what's going on. Try not to be too involved because it affects me in a bad way. It's kind of an intense, negative, overwhelming, crappy feeling. But I was thinking about Australia and New Zealand today. I was thinking that they like kind of basically, it's a huge island. It's a continent, yeah, but it is an island, so to speak. Like it's only them there, and then they have a couple of islands north of it, which is not very politically involved, I believe, and then we have New Zealand. So I think it's pretty safe to be in Australia nowadays. And when you don't have a neighbor just wall to wall, basically, just on the other side, just over the border like that. So maybe that thing about living on an island in general might be a good thing, at least for me, because I just sometimes freaking out about crazy world events. I don't know, let's say like war, like Putin. No, but no, in general, I don't know what the freak is going on in the world, and it seems to be more of a distraction than anything constructive. It kind of feels like it's not what it's supposed to be. It's something else. And it goes everywhere almost. I don't know what's going on. Let's leave that subject, shall we? We got 3 more hours then. We're gonna be there in 7 minutes. We're gonna be there pretty soon. And I need to end it now, but I will not. I will drive all the way. 7 minutes. That's, yeah, half of it, 3.5, maybe 4 minutes. I think that's what it's gonna take. I'll check the map. Yeah, you see, it's correct. I would love to have a livery like this for the Superliner. Something like this would be really cool to have. Maybe I will check that later how it's done, because I feel like being a little, you know, I feel like creating something now, something on my own, and that I can use. If I really love a truck like I do the old Superliner and the newer one, Trident, what do you call it? Trident. I don't know what they call it in Australia, but it has a special name. Anyway, then I don't know, it's kind of worth it maybe to make it a whole an own livery with maybe an own company brand, company
Right
logo.
turn ahead.
And as usual, I'm missing this one, so it's not a problem because we got this over here, so it's actually easier to take the turn doing this. I know it's not supposed to be, but we will get there too. Man, look at these fuel tanks. Oh, so cool. All right. I need to check out this one. I'm sorry, but I need to. Where did the road train sign go? What happened? What the... Alright, I messed that one up. I do remember it was a sign, but it was really hard to place it. It would basically just be inside of the bumper, just like those the ones I placed there with the... I mean that could go as framing, so it's okay, but placing the road train signs on there would just be inside of the bumper, so you would not see them. was a few other ones that had really irrelevant points. You couldn't place anything there, just like the one with this one. So, but more points like that, points placed out, totally useless. Like it would basically just be a bull bar without anything on it, because nothing, you could not place anything useful on it. No trains. Are we okay? Looks like we are. For a while. Man, it's so silent. You could barely hear the engine. It could be related to the fact that the Mac engine is super loud, and I probably had, that's when I just reduced the sound overall. This truck looks good. It's freaking pretty and cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, so this setup were meant to be pulled by the K200. Just saying. But that didn't happen, so.
You have reached your destination.
But don't be too surprised if I would be pulling road trains in America later. You know, and then it would not be, I would not be bothered by the fact that I'm sitting on the left side, even if it's an Australian truck. Would it take it? It would. It would. The AI in this. Oh yeah. Okay, that was an old question. Apta Larbi. I didn't see that one. Cool. Cool entry. If you're still here. Welcome to the stream. And I have to end it now. I'm sorry. I had it in the title that it's gonna be a short one because I need to get some sleep for work tomorrow. So. But I wanted to. Man, it's not even 1.5 hours. Oh boy. It feels so wrong to end it now. But yeah, I'm gonna be. It is what it is. Hopefully, I will have some energy to, by the weekend, when weekend is coming up, and maybe I can do a longer stream. I hope. I really hope. And yeah. I hope everyone having a great day or evening, and see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.